Here we are again, State of the Frogs, with head coach of the women's basketball team here at TCU, Mark Campbell. Appreciate you joining us. Some numbers that you guys are going for. Win number 30, 43 at home, and I think the biggest number is being 1-0 in this tournament, right? When you first saw your name there, what was, popping up on that screen? What was going on in your mind?
That feeling never gets old. March is magical. It's why you do what you do for the last 9-10 months, and to put yourself in position. And when your name finally gets called, and what's special about the bracket, nobody in the world knows what seed you're going to be and who your opponent's going to be. And so you feel like a little kid every time. And I have a little tradition. I still love filling out a bracket as the names are being called. Growing up, I watched the selection show and I'd fill out my own bracket. And so even now, I've been doing this a long time, and I got my sheet, my own little bracket, and I just fill it out. And so it's just fun. It's magical. And our team was really excited.
Well, since we're talking about brackets, I think I saw something on social media where you guys have a bracket at home on your wall on the staircase. Do you fill that one out too, or is it just kind of as it goes? Like, that's pretty cool. That shows that you are like the true competitive athletic family.
No doubt. We're all in. So we took painter tape, the blue painter tape. My wife would kill me if I used duct tape because it won't ruin the paint. And so we put a life size. I mean, the bracket's about probably the size of this wall right here, right when you come down the hallway. So I did it early in the morning. I got up at 6. And that way when my daughters woke up to go to school, that they would wake up and see it up there on the wall. And we don't fill that one out. That's a true bracket. So as teams advance, we just keep filling it in. And then our family has fun little brackets that we do. But yes, my wife posted it on social media, and I think it's the most comments she's ever gotten on her account was after she put that there.
Well, you and Olivia said it perfectly after the brackets were announced that you guys will play anyone, anywhere.
Yeah.
But we did see a little reaction from the group as, when that round or that region 3, seed 3 was not you guys in Fort Worth, right? I know you're still playing and it doesn't really matter where, but there was a little reaction from the group like, dang it.
Yeah. That's one of the 3 goals we had, all the way back in June. Try and put yourself in a position to make sure we get to play at Dickey's Arena. And to do that, you have to be one of the top 2 seeds. And so that's a razor thin margin, is to have a resume that the committee sits back and goes, that's a 1 seed or that's a 2. There's only 8 teams in the country that get those seeds. And so we were a 3 seed, which means you're right there, but we didn't get it done. So that's where, at the end of the day, March is March. I don't care if we're playing in the park, if we're playing at Dickey's. I don't care who we're playing. I don't care what our seed is. You got to have your mind right heading into the tournament, and you have to be ready to attack whatever they do, wherever they put you. And I've seen teams that are, we didn't get the seed we wanted, or we didn't get the region we wanted, or the opponent we want. You can't let any of that stuff distract you. And so you got to go in and with your mind right. And I tried to make sure I coached our team up on that. Get your mind right, no matter where we play, no matter who we play. Let's go handle our business.
So practice been going all right. I see you guys kind of unveiled the jersey where everyone was wearing 40.
Yeah.
So how's practice been going, and kind of what's the mindset behind that?
Well, we did, we made custom practice jerseys. Everybody has a jersey number 40. I was joking. It's in honor of Kurt Thomas. His jersey's up there retired. But he was a heck of a player, by the way.
Yeah.
Our emphasis in March is put together 40 great minutes of basketball, very intentional, and to make sure you empty your tank for that 40 minutes. And so that's been our theme. I love having something for the group to rally behind. That's simple, nothing that's a gimmick. But with our team and 10 new players, putting together 40 minutes is something that you're chasing all year. And so hopefully our body will work this this next game will be game 35 for us. And then if you get that done, game 36. But in March to win in advance, if you don't bring it for 40 minutes, you'll be sent home really quick. So that's our simple rallying cry right now in March.
Well, it's been good to see. I mean, your guys are playing some really good basketball, going into March, starting in March, actually, with your last, conference game. But and you're getting the production from every single player on the roster, it seems, right?
Yeah. We are. The team, we have an old team, a mature team. Whether you start as a senior or you don't play as a senior, this is your last ride. And so the maturity that this group has, they've been so intentional down the home stretch of the year. It's been awesome. They're excited. When you walk onto the Schollmaier Arena, all the March Madness logos and decals are on the court. The banners are up. So just the feel and the vibe is different, Jay. And it is so hard. I don't care what seed you are. If you get to host March Madness, you're one of 16 teams in the country that gets that. And you know how hard that is? And for us to do that back-to-back years is incredible. So I'm pumped that we get to do this at the Shoal and do it with our fans that have been incredible all year.
Well, it's awesome. We're going to be back after this break to talk a little UC San Diego, your matchup. But first, we got Birthday Girl coming up on the other side of this. This is presented by Richard's Rainwater.
You hate the rain? Yeah. How can anyone hate the rain?
So rainwater, why is it the best? Well, it comes from heaven, the sky. It literally never touches the ground. We catch it before it hits the ground. And as soon as rainwater hits the ground, it becomes groundwater. That's what all the other water is that you buy at the store or is coming out of your tap at your house. It's groundwater. And the moment water is in the ground, it starts to absorb everything, good and bad, salts, minerals, chemicals. Rainwater avoids all that. So we tank it before it touches the ground. Cleaning it is just a breeze because it has no sediment or no impurities in it. It is absolutely the cleanest, purest water you can drink. The most naturally sweet, sustainable source of pure water, fresh water on Earth.
From that little intro, it's someone's birthday today. Happy birthday, Taylor.
Thank you.
You had a nice little birthday song there at the end of practice. That must have been pretty cool for you.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So we got Taylor Bigby, senior guard, Taylor Bigby on the show today. Thanks for again. I think you're the only one in Dono that has been here 2 times so far on Mark's State of the Frogs coach's show. But we appreciate it. And last time we talked more about basketball because you're new to the program and everything. And obviously that is the topic, but we do want to know a little bit more about you, where you grew up, all that stuff. Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yep.
How was that? How was living in Vegas?
Hot. But I loved it. I went to a pretty good high school, went to a good middle school, and I have 2 siblings as well. So we kept each other busy with all the extracurricular stuff that we were doing. So,
well, speaking of extra, how do you stay focused being in Vegas?
I think it's a misconception, honestly. Living there, I lived probably 30, 40 minutes away from the Strip. So it's not like it's literally right there. So I think there was so many other things to do outside of that, but I know that is one of the main attractions for tourists. So,
well, there's no doubt. Do you get caught up? Do you end up going to the Strip? Do you do any of that? Do you do the shows? Do you do gambling? Well, we won't talk gambling here in an NCAA show, but do you do the shows and things like that on the Strip?
I definitely would say going down to the Strip as a family with friends, whoever, it's actually a good experience. You can have a lot of fun.
Okay. All right, let's get away from that. You mentioned high school. No, let's talk family first. You're one of 3.
Yes.
And your dad played at UNLV. So just kind of talk to me about your family a little bit. You're the middle kid, you're the oldest, youngest?
The middle, the fave of the family. I have an older brother, a younger sister. My brother played football. My sister didn't really do. She tried to do a little bit of sports. It wasn't her thing. And then having a dad that played, and now he has his own AAU team. He's kind of what got me started to wanting to play basketball and be around it. I used to have to go to his practices when he coached at a high school. So I was just watching boys practice pretty much all the time right after school. And then I just so happened to want to play because my brother would always play with him. And then I didn't have anybody to play with. So that's kind of where my love for the game grew. They put me in like a little rec league. They thought I was like a joke because like I used to do cheer, used to do ballet. So they thought it was a joke. They were like, we'll see how long this lasts for. And then I ended up actually liking it and not wanting to do anything else and stayed playing basketball. And then my mom, on the other hand, she works in the school district. So it's kind of having the best of both worlds. Like I have a dad who's kind of like a coach, but he's still my dad. But then have a mom who's not like, she cares about my basketball career and all those things, but she's more worried about my mental health, how I'm doing in school, like all the girly things. So it's a good, healthy balance.
Well, I was going to ask you about how you got started in basketball and your liking, and obviously you mentioned it there, but you also mentioned something in there about cheerleading.
Yes.
Not many people know that this girl here was a cheerleader.
Yes.
Like, how was that? Was it in high school? Was it in middle school?
This was long before like high school, middle school. This was more like elementary school. My brother played for an NYS team for football, the Cowboys.
Okay.
And I pretty much cheered for him on the sideline. I did it for a couple years. Like I actually really liked it. But I had to put the cheer shoes down, pick up the hoop shoes.
But no, you didn't see some people in high school cheering and being athletes. So you never did any of that in high school?
No. I was too focused on basketball.
All right,
Focused on basketball in high
that's
school.
good. Other sports, though?
No.
Just basketball?
Yeah, just basketball.
All right, well, Centennial High School.
Yep.
3-time state champion. And you mentioned that it was kind of one of the most thrilling moments of your life. Kind of, what was high school life like? Just high school, and then obviously the basketball piece and leading up to your 3 state championships.
High school was cool for me. I liked it a lot. Of course, I was there for hoops, but I think it shaped me a lot. Going to Centennial, at times like it was hard, but I think it shaped me into who I am today. Taught me discipline. Taught me how to be on time, places, and just not being, I guess, quote unquote, like soft. Like I had to go through things. My coach was a very white and black, no gray area type of person. So I just think it helped me a lot when coming to college and just having a certain line of discipline, which is hard, I feel like, for a lot of student athletes to just juggle regular life and basketball. So that's what they helped me with a lot. And then, of course, my basketball career there. I was pretty much, they instilled winning into me. Like I didn't know nothing but winning. And so I took that also into my life outside of basketball as well,
So winning those state titles, you said that must have been pretty fun for you too. Just kind of take us through that moment of the first one specifically.
The first one, we actually played Liberty. We were down. That was my freshman year. We were down, and we ended up coming back. And I just remember we won, and like we had already. It was Centennial High School was like the pinnacle in Las Vegas. So it's like winning was already a thing, but winning like that, it just felt different. It was my first time winning. And it like actually meant something more than just the other times that we won. But I loved it. And I think it's one of those things where like they do, I know we say it all a lot and it's so cliche, but those are the things you remember, the teammates you had, like those are the teammates you'll always remember, like stuff like that. And to this day, like, I mean, all 3 teams, like I still remember every last one of them, stay in contact with a couple of them. But yeah, it's like, it's one of those things that no one can take that away from you.
Right.
And that's just an opportunity that Centennial gave me.
Well, there you were 2-time Nevada Gatorade Player of the Year and USA Today Nevada State Player of the Year. Like, what does it mean to get, I mean, you're in high school, you're not really an adult and you're getting these accolades from Gatorade. Did you drink a lot of Gatorade?
I did.
Nice.
I'm a Gatorade fan.
That's awesome. So what did it mean getting those awards? And obviously it must have meant something to you.
I think it meant a lot to me, just because of how hard I worked. And at some point in my life, basketball, I wasn't taking it serious. Like it was just for fun. So to see the accolades and the accomplishments that I got from it, not just individually, but also with my teammates, it meant a lot. Also having a dad who played in high school, played in college, had JUCO career as well. Like just things like that, like being able to like I won and be like, not that I do everything for my dad, but it was just one of those moments like I'm a daddy's girl, if you guys didn't know. So it was just one of those things where it's like, Dad, like I did it. And it was just so joyful. Like I loved it. I loved every second of any accomplishment. I mean, it's cool when I go back home, like I have banners.
Right.
And those are the things like when you're in high school, you're looking and you're like, wow, like it would be nice. Like, so now I go back and like my banners are in there. So it's cool. It's a slight little flex.
That coming out of high school and as you were choosing to go into the next level in college, I think you were 29th in ESPN's overall in the 2021 pick, 29th in ESPN's Hoop Girls. And then like, depending on what poll you look at, it's like 24th or 28th and in the other polls. And then the top 50 Jersey Mike's, Naismith, player of the year, high school girls, like, all of that led you to now, like you're one of the best players to come out of college hoops. What led you to Oregon and how did that whole thing come about?
My relationship with Mark Chavi and then of course Kelly Graves. But they had been recruiting me for a really long time. Or started recruiting me super early when I was playing on the EYBL circuit. And it was really just the relationship built and I knew they were coaches that I would probably want to play for. And then I ended up going still knowing that Mark and Chavi weren't going to be there anymore. And then, college is college and everything has its season. So I ended up here full circle, back with Mark and Chavi. So I think everything happens for a reason.
Well, then you ended up at USC.
Yes.
And went to the Elite Eight, helped lead them there. And then you come here and you were able to help lead this team to an Elite Eight as well. What was that process like? Going from USC to now here, and I'm sure Mark had a lot to do with that too, because you were on a team that went to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
So now you're coming to a team that's kind of, not really unknown, but how did that process work out?
I think for me, like I loved USC, it was close to home, loved everything about it. I think I just wanted more for myself. And that was something I'd wanted for a while, but I needed to go there after I left Oregon. I needed to play for a player's coach. Like I needed that. Like, right. But I would say then coming here, just talking to Mark and Chavi, and I just feel like it's my last time transferring. Like I really don't want to keep transferring. It's hard. And there's a lot that goes into it that many people don't talk about. And I was just like, I got to make the right decision and it just has to be right. And for me, it was like, I'd rather go to people that I know, that know me, than to go somewhere and try to rebuild and trust and all the different things. And I knew even coming here, like it was going to be a leap of faith because, I was coming from a team that went to an Elite Eight, and then also I'm coming to a place where I don't really know many people. Something that is funny though is, Sedona was on the team.
Right.
I played with Sedona my freshman year at Oregon. Maddie coming here, I played with Maddie my freshman year. So just a little bit of relationships, and I feel like if you guys had enough faith to come here, so can I. And I also want to just be a part of something special at the end of the day, and I am, so.
Well, definitely. What was your first impression, though, Fort Worth? I mean, it's not everyone rides horses around here. Yeah,
I would say that. Like, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to love it because I'm a West Coast baby down. But I actually I love it a lot here. But yeah, that was my first thing because it's like I'm from Vegas, then I was in LA. Right. Like it's hard to beat those places. But
classes going good for you, major,
yes.
All that stuff, because you're a redshirt senior. Is this your last year? Always like you never know nowadays.
Yes, this is my last year of eligibility. I actually walked in December.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, now I'm starting my master's.
So classes are good, all
yes.
that. What does that look like on a daily thing? What's it like being Taylor walking around campus?
What it looks like being me, I actually don't have any classes in person anymore since I walked. I just have 2 classes online. It's really chill, asynchronous. I don't have to log onto a Zoom. Really free-flowing, which I love. So
basketball, let's go to this because I know you got things to do here. But like you stormed onto the scene here, played in all the games the first year and then this year, ever since the Ohio State game, you're starting. I mean, you're normally used to that stuff anyways, but between hitting threes, driving to the basket, pulling down rebounds, it seems like, and we have talked about this before, that everything you do is like at the perfect moment for your team in certain, situations during the game. What is that like? And I guess, how have you grown from year one TCU to year two TCU?
I think now I'm just more confident in myself. And then two, it's year two. So I know the system. I know what he wants. I know what he's looking for. And then also just my teammates. Got to be around them for a good chunk of time before, like, now, of course. And I know what they need. And I know what the team needs in order to win and to get to some of the places that we want to get to. So that's kind of all that really goes through my mind. Like, if you guys need me to just rebound, I'll rebound. If you guys need me to get a stop, I'll get a stop. Like, whatever it is that you guys need, that's kind of like I've really like adapted to whatever role it is that my team needs.
Well, did I read somewhere where each day you have to hit 500 threes?
Yeah.
That must have a little bit to do with your success on the basketball court.
Yes, I'm one of the, I don't want to say probably the first person in the gym, but I'm a pretty routine person. So I work out every morning before practice. And that's just kind of gives me confidence before going into practice and just confidence going into games because I'm getting up extra shots. So when I have my nights where like I'm 0 for, it's like, okay, like I know I'm not going to keep missing because I work on my game. And then the nights that I go perfect, it's like, well, this is what I work for. So it's never really a surprise, but I think it's just the game giving back to people who, like we put in the work. So
practice been going all right now that you're in the postseason. I see you have your new jerseys on with the 40 on it. How's practice been going so far?
Practice has been going good. I think we're all super focused. And we all just know at the end of the day, like, it's win or go home. So there's no time to play. You got to stay focused, can't look past opponents, and just putting together a 40-minute game. And I think that's one of the challenges I think our team has, but I know we can rise to the occasion and get it done.
Last couple things here. It never gets old seeing your guys' name pop up in there twice for TCU and then, the other couple times for Oregon and USC. Really, what was that moment like for you again?
I think it meant a little bit more since it is my last year. When you're in college for as long as I've been in college for, and it's kind of like, oh, woo, like we're hosting, or woo, we got picked. And I think this year it was just like, wow, like it's my last year, and like it really is a blessing to be picked, and it is a blessing to host. And that's also one of the goals that our team had. But I think many people overlook it. Like, there's so many people who don't get selected or don't get picked, and I think it's overlooked. So I know, like, for me, it meant everything to me, and it's a blessing, and I'm super excited for whatever's next.
Locker room vibe good, all that stuff. What's it like being in the locker room now? Is it a little different now that you guys are in the postseason, and it's kind of like...
I think there's just a sense of, like, there's a sense of seriousness, there's a sense of focus, but I think there's also a sense of just joy. And just being happy to be around each other, which is really good because these are like a part of the dog days of the season. Like, we've been going since June. So to see everyone still happy and just like have joy and wanting to be here, it means a lot. But of course we are still focused because we know we have business to handle.
Speaking of a little bit more development, USA basketball, what is it, 3-on-3
Yes.
during the summer? That was big for you. What was it like representing your country? I think FIBA American Conference champions, all that. That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that was actually amazing. Many people don't know, but in high school I did a lot of the USA trial stuff, and I never made a team. So to be selected and have made a team meant a lot. And that experience was good. I feel like it taught me discipline in many ways, having a goldfish memory. Like, you only have so many seconds. Like, no one's worried about the play that just happened. I think the physicality in 3-on-3 really helped me a lot because they let you play. Like, I don't know what a foul is in 3-on-3. But I think it just, like, that grit and that just, like, having a really good motor really helped me. So when I came back here, I kind of tried to, I know 3s is different from 5s, but just bringing that same tenacity to my teammates and just to the team in general.
Well, all the work that you put in here, I think I saw something on your social media where Orange Therapy, is that right?
Orange Theory?
Orange Theory, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry
The Orange Theory Fitness.
Orange Theory, let's plug them a little bit. You do a little bit of working out there too. I've heard some really good things about them.
Yes, just like intervals, like, so like if we have an off day or we have a couple of days off and I just want to keep getting my body moving, but I just want a little bit of a change of scenery, I go there, and they kind of just will put me through like a circuit, not too strenuous. I kind of tell them what type of day I'm having, because I don't want to leave out of there sore, knowing that I have to come here and practice and stuff. But yeah, put me through a circuit, whether it's running, getting my heart rate up, abs, core, legs, like whatever it is that I want to kind of work on. But it's just cool having it's a change of scenery, different vibe, different type of place. And I'm normally there by myself, so it's just peaceful, just music, just me. So
Nice. Well, do you have any plans for your birthday?
I'm probably gonna go to dinner tonight. My boyfriend's surprising me. So yeah, I hung out a little bit yesterday with some of my friends, but I'm just excited. I mean, I feel like I'm getting old, but
Did you get the gifts you wanted?
I did. Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
did. I did.
Nice.
So,
All right. Well, again, we appreciate you joining us again. Good luck on Friday. We're going to come back on the other side of this break to talk a little UC San Diego from Mark. Thanks, Taylor.
thank you.
Energy does everything for us. It's all-encompassing.
We're all benefiting and affected from it.
And it is something that we all need to know about.
It is the glue that holds everything together.
TCU is powering what matters, our future.
We don't just talk about what's needed, we focus on results.
The Ralph Lowe Energy Institute is creating a world where energy is affordable, sustainable, and reliable.
Thanks to Taylor Bigby for joining us. It's her birthday. It was a cool little birthday song you did for her. And, we talked to her about the impact she's making. Ever since Ohio State, she's been starting for you guys and been in double digits for a lot of those games. And it seems like she's very timely in when she makes those shots, too.
Yep. Taylor's been huge for us, for both of the seasons. I mean, how about her impact here at TCU? Last year we go 34-4. She has just a huge role for us. And this year now we're 29-5. So Taylor's come here and just crushed it. She stepped into the starting lineup, but she plays such a huge role because her ability to guard multiple positions, her ability to really shoot the thing, and then she's just getting comfortable as a playmaker. And then she's an old vet. Tay is just super consistent, and she's just become a vital piece and a huge part of this puzzle. And as you try to put this puzzle together, I mean, her and Dono, are the two players that were big returners from a year ago. Then you add all these new pieces, personalities, games. This doesn't work if Tay and Dono don't allow the whole thing to come together. And so Taylor's been playing her best basketball. I think she's playing her best basketball of her college career. But we wouldn't be at this point and be in this position without her.
Yeah, she's awesome. Good kid too. She was a cheerleader too in a little part of her life, but great story on her part. Moving to your opponent, usually you say the scout's on the desk, right? So you're sitting there filling out your bracket as you find out who you guys play, and then you find out it's UC San Diego. Like, what was that process from the time you're writing it down and putting that bracket together during the show to kind of now? Yeah,
it's quick. So, my process is delayed. Our whole staff comes up to the offices, but I got to finish the media obligations, do all that. Once I get up to the office, you got your pot of 4, and that's all that matters, And so you got UC San Diego, you got Washington, you got South Dakota State. The rest of the tournament is invisible to me and our staff. And so the first step, divide those 3 teams to a coach. And each coach is assigned that scout, and you dive into March Madness. I want my staff to attack that opponent. You don't know. Upsets happen left to right. You got to be prepared. So each one of them do it. And then between now and then, I take all 3 scouts myself. And I want to have a really good understanding of each of those 3 teams before I turn the page and get the game plan from my assistant coaches. So between Sunday night and now, I've been able to study all 3 of those teams. Today's the first day that we implemented the scout. And then if there's any unique things that any of those three teams do, we touch on that in our build-up because it's so hard. You get 1 day turnaround, you get one film session, you get one walkthrough for your second game, and so I have always tried to be prepared for the second game during the lead up to the first game, and last year and this year we got old, an old team that are veterans. They understand that. And I don't try to trick our team. I tell them, listen, this team does this that's unique, so we're going to touch on it. And if we end up playing, we'll be prepared for it.
Well, you got UC San Diego, 24-8,
Yep.
Big West champions. Just kind of the 30,000-foot view on what we should expect out of that group.
They're really good. A lot of their roster, we recruited hard at Sacramento State, which is funny. One of their best players played in the Big Sky at Idaho. And so we're very, very familiar with their players, their team. Coach does just a tremendous job. If you know the last name Vanderveer,
Right.
That's one of the greatest coaching trees in women's college basketball history, men or women. So have the utmost respect for what they do. I think their style of play and their system is very similar to what we do. They play 4 guards. They spread you out. They run a lot of pick and roll action, a lot of pistol action. Their center, they got a great center down there. She's from Australia, by the way. But so we're locked in on who they are, what they do, and how they attack you. And our kids, we've had great practices. One unique thing we've done this year, Jay, we did not do it last year. You had about a 12-day break from the end of Big 12 to the opening game. And so last year we just practiced normal. This year I brought in referees, and Saturday and Sunday we played down in the Shoal to have a game feel and a game vibe to break up that 12-day stretch. I thought we were a little rusty against FDU in our opener a year ago. So who knows if it'll help or not, but we're going to try it. And our team's been great. And it just 12 days of practice this time of the year. You've been going for 10 months. The referees help kind of break up the monotony.
Well, tomorrow the men play at 12:15 on CBS.
Yeah.
Then you guys, 11 o'clock, ESPN. Students get in free. That's going to be a wild atmosphere, right?
Oh, can't wait. Well, one, I'm so excited for the guys. How about what they've done? 4 tournaments in 5 years is incredible. Just, I'll be tuned in for that game. And then ours, our admin's incredible. All the students right now get in free to come to March Madness. And then our community a year ago sold out the Shoal for that game against Louisville. I heard a bunch of longtime fans say that was the best game and environment that they've ever seen at the Shoal. And so we got to make sure we get that environment back for this year's games during March Madness. And on top of it, we got the longest home winning streak in college basketball, Jay. So let's hopefully we can add 2 more wins to that.
Yeah, and it's at 11 o'clock, so
Yep.
It's earlier, and you played a couple of those early round games so far, but what is that? What does it look? What does that game day look, feel, and sound like?
Yeah, great question. Again, I don't care who we play or when we play, just tell us. So we got an 11 a.m. tip-off. That means you do pregame meal typically 4 hours before tip-off. So we got the breakfast club. We'll be eating at 7 a.m., get these guys up and get them moving. So they'll get up about 6:30, go get a great pregame meal. We always love eating in the community. We don't really do the pregame meals buffet style. I love on the road and at home getting out and spending time in a community. So we'll get a great breakfast. Kids will come back after that. They're on their own. And then they'll come and start doing their pregame routine of getting up shots. But now everything is ran by the NCAA. Starting tomorrow at 9 a.m., everything is ran by them. And so we'll get our allotted time to do our warm-ups, get on the court, and away we go.
Well, we're going to let you give a little message here to Fort Worth, looking to get that 43rd win and hopefully 44th win on Sunday. So just give a little message to the Fort Worth community.
Well, listen, Fort Worth a year ago, you guys were incredible. You sold out the Scholl for March Madness. You helped us get 2 big-time wins in the game against Louisville. Was one of the best games I've ever coached in, and you guys helped get us over the hump and send us to the first Sweet 16 in school history. And so we need you again, Fort Worth. Come out. First game is Friday, 11 a.m. tip. Go get some donuts. Go get a good breakfast. Have a cup of coffee. Come cheer on the Frogs. And then our second game, we don't know the game time, but that'll be on Sunday with the chance to earn our way back into the Sweet 16. And so this team has done a tremendous job. We won the Big 12. We're 29-5. And now let's go dancing and make some noise in March Madness. But we need you. I'll see you guys there Friday, 11 a.m.
You heard the man, 11 a.m. Friday,
Yep.
ESPN in the Schollmaier.
Yep.
Frogs Today will be in Greenville, South Carolina, giving you pre- and post-game reports from there. Then travel back right here in Funky Town to give you pre- and post-game coverage here as well. And none of this would be possible without our friends from Richard's Rainwater.
Oh, you got some. Oh,
Look at that there.
the best. This is, I mean, sip the sky. You look at this. Hey, to March, buddy, to March. A deep run.
Go Frogs.
Sip the sky.